Should you be selling on Amazon or Walmart? How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. On this channel, we go over everything related to Walmart WFS and also our automation company where we manage over a little bit over 170 current stores. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the differences between selling on Amazon and Walmart and which one you should gear towards and which one you should sell on. We're going to kind of go through 4 separate categories when we talk about this that I think are super important. I'll kind of tell you which platform wins in that category. So the first one I want to take a look at is volume and also variety. So again, just in terms of the sales volume that they're doing on the platform and also the variety of products that you'll be able to sell and source to sell on that platform. And without a question, it's Amazon that wins that category. They absolutely blow out Walmart in terms of just the sales volume on there. It's not to say that Walmart isn't doing a ton of sales on their platform, because they are. Amazon's just obviously very, very big, and they're definitely, I don't know the exact statistics on it, so I can't tell you exactly how many sales they're doing on a daily basis in comparison to Walmart, but without a question, it's much more on there. So in terms of a volume standpoint and also the variety of products that you're going to be able to sell on, Amazon is absolutely going to win in that category, and it's really not close for that. The next one I want to jump into is customer support. This is something that maybe you don't really factor in when you're first getting started, but it's something that's super, super important. With Amazon, there's little to none on there, and the support they give you is kind of counterproductive with what they do. They're really not able to give you much help at all. You're really working backwards when you try to go through support cases and talk to reps on there. It's not very helpful at all. So if I had to grade them in terms of their customer support, it'd be an F. It is that bad. There really is virtually none on there, where Walmart absolutely clears them by a landslide on there. Walmart support is actually quite good, and you're able to, especially us, obviously we do have higher connects at Walmart that we're able to go talk to and high up reps there, which absolutely does help. But without that, even going through and submitting those tickets and going directly through to the Walmart team and not going through our reps, the support is way better. So are there some similarities between the two? Yeah, absolutely. Again, they're still managing a huge platform on there, and they're not able to give you top tier support on every single individual case you submit, but it's much better than it is on Amazon. And of course, in our situation, if you were signing on our automation company, you're gonna I graded Amazon to grade Walmart, you're gonna get A+ customer support with the reps that we have. Any problems that would arise or anything like that, we're able to go with them directly. And if our first ticket doesn't work, we can escalate that directly to our reps to get those things resolved. And then the last 2 categories that I want to break down, they actually kind of go hand in hand, so I'll do them together. And the last 2 are margins and then also fees, kind of looped into that. And the reason being, Walmart is going to win in both of those categories, and really they're winning in the margins category because of those fees. The fees are a lot cheaper on Walmart than they are on Amazon, and you're looking at 8 to 15% commission fees, which is pretty standard on Amazon. So those fees line up, but the shipping fees are much cheaper on Walmart. And also they do offer a lot of promotions. If you're able to take advantage of those promotions they offer, there's so many things they offer where in your first 6 months or a year in, I think they knock those fees down by about 50%. So you're able to capitalize on quite a bit of those perks there. But not only, even after that, if you're not utilizing any of those perks, the shipping and also the commission fees just in general are going to be cheaper than they are on Amazon, and that really helps out with those margins like I was talking about. So not only just the fees helping out with that, but also the competition. Like I said, obviously Amazon's doing a lot more in volume, but they have a lot more sellers on that platform, where on Walmart there's not as many sellers on there. Of course there's a bunch, and again, just like the volume on Walmart, there's still a lot of volume taking place on there on a daily basis, but Amazon is definitely the more saturated platform by far there. So again, all those things are going to factor into better margins on Walmart. So when you kind of zoom out and you go through all the categories I just mentioned, does Amazon win in the volume and the variety category? Absolutely. But when you're going through the customer support, the margins, and the fees, Walmart's going to take all those categories. And that's why we do think overall it's a better platform to be selling on and where you want to be. I'd much rather take less volume, but be able to have good support, not worry about an account getting locked out and them not being able to give any support whatsoever on their platform, which is what Amazon does. And it's extremely hard to work with them if anything happens, where again, specifically with our automation company, if anything like that were to happen on a Walmart store, we're able to talk to those reps directly and get help directly from them. So it's a super big benefit to having those reps, and something that you really have to weigh in and factor in when you're deciding on the platforms you're going to be choosing. And then of course, those profit margins, is the volume not to the level it's at on Walmart? Definitely, but when you're able to get higher margins because of those cheaper fees and whatnot, that also helps bridge that gap a little bit there. And it's really not a problem you need to be worrying about because there's not much competition, unless you're sourcing, $5, $6, $7 million on Walmart, and you just can't, find the products to actually fill up in the deals on there. It's not something you should really worry about. So especially if you're a new seller, I would definitely heavily be looking into selling on Walmart. I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.